You know that guy, the one who spills his coffee on his white shirt in the middle of a crowded cafe and doesn't flinch, doesn't panic, doesn't even check to see who saw it. He just wipes it off, keeps walking, and somehow still seems cooler than everyone else in the room. Ever wonder how that works? It's not about his outfit. It's not about being overly confident or trying to act cool. It's something deeper. He's just not building his entire existence around what people might be thinking of him. He's not living in reaction mode. And that mindset, that's what actually makes him magnetic. Let's break it down. Here's how you start becoming that guy. Not by faking it, but by actually changing how you think. Step 1. Most people aren't watching you. They're watching themselves. Here's the first truth no one really tells you. People aren't analyzing your every move. They're too busy analyzing their own. Everyone's walking around with their own mental noise. What they look like, what they said wrong, how they sounded. So when you think they're laser focused on your awkward moment, they're not. They're probably inside their head replaying their awkward moment from last week. We assume everyone else is looking at us the way we look at ourselves, but they're not. You might feel like you're under a spotlight, but in reality, you're just another extra in someone else's scene. When you realize that, a lot of pressure falls off. You stop performing. You stop narrating every little thing you do through the imaginary audience in your head, and you start living in the real world, right here, right now. Step 2, confidence isn't being smooth, it's being unshaken. Confidence isn't about being flawless. It's about being unfazed. Let's say you drop your phone in front of a crowd. Most people panic. They scramble. They shrink. Why? Because they're reacting from fear. Fear of how they're being seen. But when you stop needing to look perfect, everything shifts. You pick it up. You crack a joke. You move on. You don't make it a big deal. So no one else does either. Real confidence comes from handling the awkward, not avoiding it. The world doesn't respect perfection. It respects poise. And when you can stand in a moment that could have embarrassed you and just own it, that's when people start to see you differently. Step 3, your weirdness is your advantage. We all have stuff we're weird about. Maybe you're obsessed with obscure history podcasts. Maybe your laugh is loud. Maybe you like doing voices when you talk. Whatever it is, there's probably something you've been toning down or keeping under wraps so you don't stand out too much. But here's the twist. That thing you're hiding might be the most real and likable part of you. When you lean into your quirks instead of dodging them, people notice, and they usually appreciate it more than you think. You become the person who's not trying to blend in or mimic everyone else. You become the guy who's comfortable being himself. That's rare, and rare stands out. Step 4, learn the art of not giving a damn. Now this one's weird, but it works. Imagine you're a potato, just a potato. No emotions, no insecurities. You don't care if your shirt's wrinkled. You don't care if someone raises an eyebrow at your shoes. You're just here, sturdy, calm, unmoved. Sounds dumb, right? But weirdly, it helps. That potato mode mindset reminds you that you're allowed to exist without over-explaining, over-correcting, or overthinking. You don't need to justify yourself every 5 minutes. You don't need to defend your taste or explain your vibe. Someone doesn't like your haircut? Cool, potato doesn't flinch. Potato just keeps it pushing. You're allowed to live without constantly asking for approval. Here's the truth. Being unbothered isn't ignorance. It's clarity. Yes, you'll still have awkward days. You'll still replay dumb moments in your head sometimes. That doesn't mean you're failing. It means you're human. But the more you practice brushing it off, the faster you bounce back, the lighter you move, the freer you feel. And ironically, when you stop chasing confidence, people start feeling it from you. Why? Because you're not out here trying to be impressive. You're just being solid. And solid is rare. Solid is attractive. Solid is the guy who spills his coffee, shrugs it off, and still runs the room. So stop making every moment a performance. Stop treating your life like it needs constant approval. Live it. Be present. Own your weirdness. Laugh off the mess. That's how you become that guy.